Welcome to new science fiction and fantasy by marginalized authors, coming out in April. And yes, it is only the end of March. It feels like it's been 1,000 fucking years, but it hasn't. It's only been a few months. And we're just getting to April. These are all traditionally published authors. And so if you have anyone that I've missed, or if you have a indie published or small press published book that would fit this category, please let me know and I will do a new video about them. But let's begin with what we have coming out in April. First is The Gifted and Talented by Olivie Blake. This comes out April 1st. After tech CEO Thayer Wren's death, his 3 gifted children, Meredith, a biotech executive hiding a potential fraud, Arthur, a struggling congressman, and Elida, a former ballerina turned marketing executive, vie for inheritance of the family's technological empire. Each sibling harbors personal ambitions and secrets, hoping to prove their worth and gain their father's approval through his inheritance. As they compete for the Renfair throne, the story explores the cutthroat dynamics of a talented but deeply flawed family where personal survival and validation are the ultimate prizes. I like the Renfair throne. It sounds like Renfair, like Renaissance Fair. It's the Renfair throne. Anyways, that's that. Next up is Where Shadows Meet by Patrice Caldwell. This comes out April 1st. It's described as a dark and thrilling black sapphic vampire romantasy that questions what it truly means to sacrifice for love, and I'm already hooked. I want it. 1,000 years after Favor sacrificed her wings for the goddess Thana, who ultimately betrayed her, a vampire crown princess named Layla must journey to Nekros, the island of the dead, to rescue her captured best friend. Set in a complex world emerging from a devastating war between vampires, humans, and gods, Layla's mission becomes increasingly dangerous as her own body seems to work against her, and she risks awakening an ancient evil. Patrice Caldwell's fantasy novel explores themes of love, sacrifice, and fate, questioning whether individuals truly choose their destinies or are predetermined by past actions and supernatural forces. This is a yes. I'm definitely reading this book. Next, we have Abeni and the Kingdom of Gold. This is by P. Djèlí Clark. It comes out April 29th. I love P. Djèlí Clark. A Master of Djinn is one of my all-time favorite books. So this is a kid's book. If you have kids or you just like kids' books, this is the second in a series. Continuing Abeni's tale, Abeni and the Kingdom of Gold is another epic adventure filled with magic, monsters, friendship, and courage. Abeni, accompanied by her spirit companions, continues her mission to protect her people after rescuing the children of the night from the witch priest's army, refusing to return home until her task is complete. When captured by the Kingdom of Gold Weavers, she must retrieve the mystical golden throne guarded by a legendary dragon, or risk being turned into a living gold statue forever. Traveling through treacherous landscapes, battling monsters, and a golden army while evading the witch priest's daughter, Abeni must rely on her courage, strength, and magical abilities to save her people in this epic fantasy adventure. Definitely check that out. Next up is Notes from a Regicide by Isaac Fellman. This is out April 15th. Griffin Kemming seeks to understand his second parents, who saved him from an abusive family and supported his transition after their death by exploring his father's blood-stained journal written from a jail cell. The journal reveals a complex love story of 2 artists scarred by their past struggles and a failed revolution, offering Griffin a glimpse into the lives of the people who chose and loved him. Isaac Fellman's science fiction narrative explores the depths of found family, examining how chosen relationships can simultaneously heal and wound, while delving into themes of trans self-discovery and intergenerational emotional landscapes. This one sounds really fun. Next is A Palace Near the Wind by Jiang. This comes out April 15th. Liu Lufeng, the eldest princess of the Feng, a nature-bound people with dark faces and branch-like arms, is destined to be the next bride to the human king as part of a fragile peace negotiation to prevent the destruction of her homeland. Initially planning to assassinate the king on her wedding day, Lu Feng becomes trapped in the human palace and begins to uncover deeper truths about her people's origins that challenge her understanding of their survival. As she realizes the precarious nature of her people's existence, Lu Feng must break free from traditional expectations, carefully choose her allies, and take unprecedented risk to protect her family and forge her own destiny. This sounds super unique and fun, so this is definitely gonna extend my TBR to infinity levels. Ooh, next up is One Way Witch by Nnedi Okorafor. This comes out April 29th. I love everything that she does, so +1 to the TBR. Najiba mastered and then abandoned the ability to become a Kapanyango, a beast of wind, fire, and dust that cost her her father's life. Now in her 40s, Najiba has lost her daughter Onye Sonwu, who once saved the world. Najiba decides to learn powerful sorcery from her daughter's former teacher, Aru, to confront a terrible threat and forge a new path by learning the mystic points of sorcery. Driven by her daughter's legacy and her own resilience, Najiba prepares to face her past and an impending confrontation embodying the strength and mystical potential inherited from her daughter. Don't Sleep with the Dead by Ningbo comes out April 8th. I also really love Ningbo. I really love their short stories so much. And this is Ningbo's standalone novella. It's a companion piece to The Chosen and the Beautiful, which is like a Great Gatsby reimagining. And this is like a side novella. Nick Carraway, a paper soldier and novelist who has been carefully pretending to be straight, human, and forgetful of a pivotal summer in 1922, finds his carefully constructed facade challenged on the eve of World War II. Nick discovers that someone has been observing his elaborate pretenses, and more shockingly, that Jay Gatsby, whether dead or damned, is not finished with him. As a ghostly narrative unfolds, the story explores the haunting power of memory, with Nick's paper existence holding the echoes of a past that refuses to remain forgotten. I haven't read The Chosen and the Beautiful. I'm actually not much of a Great Gatsby fan, but this makes me want to read The Chosen and the Beautiful, because if it's like this, I might enjoy it more. Anywho's. And then we have Down in the Sea of Angels by Wong. This comes out April 22nd. In a dystopian 2106 dramatically reshaped by climate change and a cosmic event called the Bloom that awakened special abilities in some people, Maida Sun, a sonic individual who can read the history of objects, develops a connection to Li Nuan, a sex-trafficked girl in 1906, and Nathan, a tech designer from 2006. When Maida uncovers a political plot to eliminate scions like herself, she and her temporally linked companions must use flashes of their past and their future to fight against exploitation and systemic oppression. Spanning 3 different time periods, this novel explores themes of liberation, environmental collapse, and the power of interconnectedness as these individuals struggle against the forces that seek to destroy them. This one also sounds really fun. All right, and last but not least is The Edge of Yesterday. This is by Rita Woods. It comes out April 29th. Greer Kofi, a principal dancer whose career is derailed by a neurological disorder, unexpectedly time travels from 2025 to 1925, Detroit, where she meets Dr. Montgomery Gray, a wealthy Black aristocrat struggling with societal expectations during a tumultuous era of industrial growth, racial tensions, and prohibition. As Greer and Monty become increasingly entangled across time, their encounters begin to create dangerous ripples in the timeline, ultimately leading to Greer becoming trapped in the past and Monty facing a life-altering confrontation. Rita Wood's speculative novel explores the themes of personal identity, historical constraints, and the complex consequences of disrupting temporal boundaries through the intimate story of 2 individuals seeking escape from their predetermined paths. It's a long one this month, but I really like that there is a good combination of like speculative sci-fi and different kinds of fantasy. So there's like something for everyone coming out in April. Check these out. If you pre-order, please pre-order, because it really does help people get to like bestsellers lists and whatever. So if you like one of these, pre-order them, get them from your library, check them out, leave some reviews, help them out, and just enjoy these awesome sounding books. And yeah, good luck, everyone. Good luck for April. We're hanging in there, sticking together, doing our community thing. Be kind to someone who deserves it today. Not someone who doesn't. To someone who deserves it. Make their day a little better. Bye.